In this video, we're going to take a look at creating a test strip template, so that way we can create multiple images with slight changes in color or exposure and print them all on one piece of paper on a test strip. So here's how you would go about it. So I have here an image that I already soft proofed. Okay, so this is my soft proof. This was my original adjusted image. It's the original for use for other things. This is my print proof, and I want to create several variations of this. So I would need to create multiple virtual copies. So let's say I will do 3 different strips. So I will create 3 different virtual copies. So I already have one. I'm going to click on Photo, Create Virtual Copy. So I now have 2. I will create another virtual copy. And now I have 3 virtual copies. So this one is good to go. This one I'm going to readjust a little bit. And I'm going to readjust it because I want to see if I can get a little bit more detail in my clouds, let's say. So I will bring down my exposure. Actually, I'm going to bring down my highlights just a smidge, like actually all the way down, I guess, and maybe my exposure just a little bit darker, like so. Okay, I want to see what that looks like, and then I also want to see what this one looks like with the clouds as they are, although I could do the same thing, but this one I just want to saturate the yellow colors a little bit more. So you know what, I'm going to go ahead and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this virtual copy, and I'm going to go to the one that I just adjusted and create a virtual copy from it. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to create a virtual copy. So that way it takes all the adjustments that I just done, and this one is going to have more saturated yellow. So I'll go to saturation, and I'll go into my yellow, and I will saturate my yellow a little bit. See, that's very saturated. I'm just going to saturate a little bit of the yellow, and I'm going to saturate a little bit of the red, although it's going to be out of gamut, as you can see, but I just want to see what it would look like when I print. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so now I have these 3 images down there. I'll go to the print module. So here's how we create a template. I already have one actually, because I created it before, so this is what it's going to look like, but let me show you how you're going to create one. So let's say you have some kind of template. It really doesn't matter. Like, let's say you clicked on something like this. It doesn't matter. Make sure that you look over. Well, first of all, you need to select your paper size. So you'd go to page setup as we did before, and you would create a paper size. So my paper size is 8.5 by 11. Then instead of single image contact sheet, you're going to click on custom package. And once you click on custom package, look down and you will see that you have cell sizes. And I'm going to clear out this layout. I don't know what this layout is. I'm going to clear it. There, no layout. And then I'm going to just click on any one of these boxes. It doesn't really matter. I'll click on 3 by 7. So there's 3 by 7, but that's not what I want. What I actually want is more of a strip like this. Now you may have to do a little bit of math to figure out how many strips you can fit on a piece of paper. If you wanted to do more than 3 strips, then figure out the math and you can do 4 or 5 strips, whatever you want to do. So in my case, I'm going to do 3 strips, and I've done this before. So if I do 2.5 inches on the width, like so, so my strip is going to be about 10 inches by 2.5 inches. So I have 1 strip. Now, if I hold the Option key on the Mac or Alt key on PC, click, hold, then I click on the mouse, I can duplicate that same box, and I can duplicate that same box. And that's how I arrived at those 3 strips. So now when you created your template, so you don't have to do this over and over again, make sure to save it. Save it as a template. So I'm going to click on the plus. I'm going to name it accordingly, and I would create it. Now I already have one, so I'm not going to create another one. So I created one and I called it Test Strip 8x11. So there it is. It's always there. So now all I have to do is click on my image, grab one here, click on another one, put one here, grab this one, put one here. Okay, so if I hold my Command key or my Control key on PC, I can move it over. I can click on this cell, move it over. Click on this cell, move it over, so that way I have all three with the slight variation. Like here, we can't even see the variations, but it will be slightly different when you print. And then you would basically do the same thing as you would set up for a normal print. You would make sure it's going to the printer, make sure that your resolution is correct, 240, print sharpening is standard, whatever paper, glossy or matte, 16-bit is on, select your paper profile, choose the relative, and everything is the same. And then go to print settings and choose the same for your printer. So Canon, if it was Canon, quality and media, make sure it's the paper that you choose to print on. So semi-gloss on this one particular, highest detail, top feed, save, print. Epson, similar, drop down menu, print settings, select your appropriate paper, whatever it is that you're using. Now the reason why these are some of these are grayed out is because I don't have the right setting for my matte paper printing. So you would need to select the correct paper setting for that. And select your DPI, high resolution, finest detail, 16-bit, save, print. And that is how we create a test strip. So you don't have to use too much ink or too much paper, and you can have 3 images placed on the same piece of paper. Now they can also be different images. Like for example, you could proof this one. Not sure why it's coming out stretched. There's something weird going on with that image, but you know, I could do this one, and so there's my lady, and I can put her here, and then I could take my girl and put her here, so I can proof print multiple images and just put the area that is most important to you to view as a proof. So I hope this is helpful.